Hello, welcome to the stream. Sorry for being late today. I did have some trouble with awesome tool from Logitech G Hub. And they did send some update and broke my microphone. Actually, that they sent a few days. On one day you could hear me having robotic voice, echo voice, something like that. I did not notice that until I was editing videos. And I was debugging this today. Oh my god! And I found one mention on one page on Reddit that they uninstalled Logitech G Hub, and it helped. And I decided to do this, and guess what? Helped. But also, I installed it again, and it seems it's working. So during the update, something happened. I don't know. But definitely something wrong with the software. Anyway, yeah, we are good now. But you know what? Let me just check. Let me just check to be sure, because like, yeah, it might be good, but now then I'm not. So let me check while I'm talking. I don't. Yeah, it is better than yesterday. Absolutely. Yesterday, 2 days ago. Anyway, yeah, okay. So that's one thing. That's one problem that I had with the calling here on time. Now my camera is kind of different now. I do have more FPSs. But we'll see. I mean, yes, we have more FPSs. I was tinkering also with settings because maybe I thought that maybe if I disable something will help. And I found out that I have everything on auto. And I don't think that's actually a good one. Especially that I'm trying to have always the same lighting, that I could adjust it. Because I have a lighting here. I have two lightings for the green screen behind me. And yeah, so there's the big Elgato, there's small Elgatos. And that should be always same because I've set them as one and I'm not changing. Oh, that's a good thing. I need to back up the settings. But so I think I need to adjust this Elgato, and I think I had auto and it was like doing 30 FPS. Now I see that I can do over 120. I don't think there's a need actually, because if you put more FPSs, then the screen is darker, which is weird. Anyway, yeah, that's how it works. So now I do have this enabled, the manual, but still the white balance is still an automating because I just tried to tinker this, but like, you know, within 3 minutes or something. Anyway, I was already late, so I decided to put it on auto. And I think I need to change it because sometimes I saw during the recording that my green screen flickered. And I think maybe because sometimes, you know, something happens and it changed the auto balance, white balance, might actually interfere these settings. Because the chroma key for the green screen has to be set precisely for the setting of the camera. So if that changed dynamically, I guess that's gonna be a problem, right? Anyway, yeah, we're good. And we have a very good news. On yesterday, because I was looking at RTX GPUs, new ones, to change mine. Not having a bad one. 3080 Ti is not a bad one. I was checking 580 and 480 Super or Ti, I don't remember even. And I was watching like for any occasion, because those GPUs were overpriced for a long time. And I started to see like, you know, the prices are dropping, at least in Poland. And yeah, I was observing like, okay, I'm gonna buy this in 2 months, I guess, when the price will go down. Yeah, and then I saw the Thunder Edition available. And I said to myself, never had Thunder Edition. And it's probably not the best price per value, but it's also not the worst one. And started to chat with ChatGPT, and yeah, it's sounds like a good idea to it's like a good option to buy. And yeah, so I logged yesterday morning before work. Yeah, look at through, like, looks good. Then I saw some other question because there's this discount page that is like gathering the discounts, and I saw other comments, and seeing some movements, I got a FOMO and just bought it. Yeah, and actually this came today. Oh my god, this is a heavy package, but also Nvidia. Oh my god, what a package! I've never had such a great package for the GPU. Actually, for anything, I think I'm thinking. They had this cartoon, like all is like precisely cut to the graphics shape. Yeah, looks amazing. But I did not connect it because yeah, there was no time. I think I will be doing this today, so tomorrow. So before Friday stream, I should be able to do that. Meaning, I will be able to stream on more resolutions, but I don't think I'll be using this actually. What I will be using this for is actually start streaming on different platforms. YouTube and Twitter, I think. Yeah, X. I will not be streaming on TikTok. I don't know yet, but I don't think so. I think YouTube is like obvious choice, but also Twitter sounds. It is not the most popular. Probably TikTok would give more, but the thing is, in the TikTok you have to have different resolution, if I'm not mistaken. And I do think this graphic card 580 will be enough, but I'm still like, I know I'm old, and I think people of my age use more on the Twitter than the TikTok. I think there's gonna be more audience for me there. And I don't think so many actually people stream there. I know that Dance Gaming is streaming there. So it's actually only one, I think. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, probably not only one, but the only one that I'm following from those. Yeah. Okay. Today we are streaming Act 3, so let's start. Let's get to it. I do hope that everything is indeed set up correctly. I don't know if my volume. I will make my volume a little higher because I see this is not on the red ones. Oh, I think that's better. That's better. Yeah. Oh, nah, that's never. I cannot promote this. Ooh. Okay. I know there's gonna become a different one, so my beautiful face will be different. Sorry for that. And there's more darks. Anyway, everything is so dynamic. It's weird how it looks on the screen. Twitch. Show me my face. And let's do some animation with my hand. As a way, do we? Woohoo! 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 And let's see if it's actually faster also there. Come on, move there. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah, good. Cheers, and let's start. And let's start. Day 69. Okay.
I'm impressed, Jan. A 5th arc.
Nice, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, repair kits. Probably gonna need more. Well, let's keep 6 of them. This one, let's keep 5 of them. This one we've never needed so much, but all metals went so down. Can always have one feast. That's okay. So I'm gonna send this guy to research. No, actually, there's nothing for you to research yet. Oh, okay. So here's my 5 cents about the TheAlters game and maybe some QOL for the future and on any other changes that will come. Here we have an assignment for alters, right? For example, if I assign now the scientist and then shrink, when they are done, they will ask me what next. And I need to confirm, and that's a good option. But what I think would be even better is actually make them decide on their own. So that's the one thing. The other thing would be prioritize them somehow. So you actually, if the first person that's gonna be free would go there. And this way, I think would make everything much simpler. You wouldn't be able to miss that opportunity to do something. And the whole time would be just used. And I think that would be a cool one. Yeah. And that's actually one thing. The other thing we're gonna talk later soon. Because I do have, I saw a cool thread on Reddit. Okay, I'm not seeing, sorry. Manager. Actually, okay, probably you don't see anything. No, you see. I need to understand my GPU performance. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. Okay. And also I'm using better noise removal, so let's see how it goes. Exploration. I need to check something. So this is pylon. This is travel pylon. And where is the biggest pylon? Am I not seeing this? No, it's not here. Okay. Okay, it doesn't. So okay, so my yeah, I do understand that person. I will be talking about this later. Okay, what can I do? Because I would love you. Okay, so you felt everything is awesome. So why are you angry? Jan Shrink also have own cabin, right? He's sleeping in the whole dormitory on its own. Oh, another UX thing that could be improved, in my opinion. If you open this storage and you start using this mouse over, like, and you want to destroy something, you don't see what is on the top left corner over here, right? Yeah. I mean, I didn't. I was wondering how you can destroy, and at some point I needed to check this over web to understand that it is a right mouse. Now the other thing is because even if I've learned this, I still didn't know about dismantle. You can actually dismantle things in this game and regain stuff. I was like removing those without regaining metals. I did have a magnet storm issue, almost died because I was destroying outposts, but I did not get any resources, and I could. It could be much easier. So yeah, that's also a thing about this game. I think it could use a little information about this dismantle thing, could be put somewhere else, like whenever my mouse is over here, or somewhere on the right side, because when you go over here, you don't actually look. I'm not looking on the left side of the screen at all. I'm more like looking on the right side because that's the one that is focusing my attention, right? I'm looking at the right side, reading how much volume does it take, and then deciding if I want to remove it. So the tooltip about that being on the left top corner, some people might notice it. I did not. And that's why I think it could be changed. Okay. We have a lot of food and we probably will not eat a lot. So, yeah. You can keep that. So I'm gonna send this guy. You will not work over here on the production raffinery. There's nothing for you to do. Even if I send... No. There's nothing for you to do. No, there's something. Okay. Ah, because you have used those 5. I would prefer to send you maybe... You might go, both of you, and just make yourself more happy. Yeah. This one, let's keep it for the moment, but I think I will dismantle it. Right now I'm not in a need. Oh yeah, and do a call. Let's see. Report the situation. Yeah, it's not a good one.
Hello?
Jan? What a relief. We thought we'd lost you.
Yeah, so did I. The base got caught in a huge sandstorm. And I lost part of my crew.
What? Your alters? How could you let that happen?
I guess I failed to make them feel safe enough. They were so uneasy about their future, and that business with Tabula Rasa didn't help. Apparently, they thought they'd be better off in that cold, hostile desert than in my base.
You mean they ran away? And they're exposed to radiation?
They took the exploration vehicle and some supplies.
Tell me not all of them left?
No. Why?
The ship is close, Jan. You have to be ready for the arrival of the rescue team.
Ready? How?
They can't find out about your alters.
Well,
What? But didn't you say that you would handle everything? And that nobody will care as long as I bring back Rapidium?
They might not care how you got the Rapidium, but confronted with your alters, they will have to react. The board will not tolerate anything that could cast even the slightest shadow on the legitimacy of this operation. And the rescue team is on their leash. Do I have to spell it out to you? They will have your alters killed.
oh my god. Okay. Exactly.
What? Killed? What kind of a rescue team are they?
They're a special ops unit. Military
Oh.
men.
I mean, I expected, but
You could have told me earlier.
Please, Jan. You always knew their primary mission was to escort the most precious cargo mankind has ever seen. Did you really expect them to arrive unarmed?
So you lied
No.
to me. That you'd prepare them.
I told you I'd test the waters, and that's what I did. But there is a lot of pressure on your success, Jan. A lot of anxiety amongst the top management. They can sense the vultures hovering around them, waiting for any sign of a slip-up. And they won't let them smell blood. They won't expose themselves.
So what exactly is your plan?
The rescue team will arrive shortly before sunrise. You have time until then to come up with a way to smuggle your alters on board. In the meantime, you need to keep collecting Rapidium.
Smuggle alters?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Okay.
Once we take off,
Let's do it.
what happens then?
You will all go into cryosleep, and as the ship approaches Earth,
Oh.
Lucas will take remote control over it and modify the coordinates. The ship will land in a secluded location I've been preparing.
What are we doing, dude, here?
And what about the crew?
They'll be in cryosleep during the landing. And by the time they wake up, we will be far away. I have a lab ready, and a guarantee of immunity from people who understand. I'm moving operations to a more science-friendly region, somewhere Ally Corp won't get to us. And, most importantly, where nobody will ever find your alters.
You're putting them in a lab?
I won't sugarcoat it. We've come too far together for that. If you wanted to hate me, I probably gave you enough reasons by now. Truth is, when I first heard about you, your situation, I'd be lying if I said it all came together immediately. On the contrary, I didn't hope for much. An accidental castaway with no qualifications, all alone, burdened with such a responsible task.
Machine calculated, huh?
But when Lucas told me you did it, you created your alter and managed to convince him to cooperate with you, I couldn't help but fantasize about where this could go. Can you see? I've been waiting for something like this ever since they shut down Project Ela.
Yeah, about that. I heard some disturbing things about your experiments. Is it true your patients... well, that they lost their minds?
Of course. That was the whole point.
Hmm?
They were losing their old dysfunctional identity to gain a new, sound one. Whoever told you this must have heard some scraps of information and didn't have a full understanding of what we were doing. Yes, they were unorthodox things, but it was always about making people better. Project Ela was my whole life, Jan. Why would I devote myself to something harmful?
You never stopped dreaming about reviving it.
You wouldn't be so surprised if you knew what we could achieve.
Lucas told me you wanted to help war veterans, patients with PTSD.
Yes, that was the initial scope. But we could have done so much more. But take, for example, the possibilities of re-socializing criminals by altering the experiences that led to their corruption. But why not go even further? Why should we limit ourselves to thinking only about altering the past? Why not be able to influence the future?
It's too much for me. That's too much for me.
How?
Yes. Ow.
The Tree of Life. You've seen yours, but it's just a projection, a rudimentary interface.
Rudimentary. What is that?
What if it was no interface, but an integrated part of the human mind, allowing us to live our lives exactly the way we should?
Exactly the way we should. Oh, no. Come on.
Wait,
Nah.
we should?
Oh, man. Nah.
Make the right decision.
You lost me here.
Exactly. The human cognitive system enhanced in a way evolution failed to do in millions.
Oh my god, dude, I don't... I'm out of board. Nah, I'm good here. Oh, yeah, I'm good here. Like, doing exactly the good things? How that would work? For example, you have two people, right? One person. Okay, I'm thinking maybe about. If we go with Bitcoin, for example, I know this is like maybe low example, but like if we go with Bitcoin, you did a mistake if you sold it too early. But if you wouldn't sold it, somebody wouldn't be able to buy it. So the price would stay because nobody would be buying this, right? I mean, okay, other people can, like, sorry, selling this, because that would be a bad decision to sell it too early. So other people would be digging, but nobody would be selling. So what would be a price? That's another. And there's other bets, like there are people like getting money on bets. Somebody is losing, somebody is gaining. Or like all those lottery thing. Everybody would be guessing correctly, then the lotteries wouldn't exist. Maybe that would be a good thing, actually. I don't know. And there's much more, right? Everybody would be so smart. Everybody would be on top position. Nobody would be doing anything on low position. And we need those people also. Everybody is needed. No, not everybody wants to be on top. I mean, the people want to be on top, but not all of them like are aware that they don't want to be on top. I don't know.
I tried to do something like that. Using your upgrade, I tried to alter myself into someone who always makes the right decisions.
Exactly.
What happened?
I realized it's more complicated than that. That what I thought were bad choices can objectively be good ones.
Because you learn on them.
Exactly.
Come on.
This is where the real breakthrough should happen. We have to be able to define a choice as good or bad by an objective, quantum-calculated analysis of its outcome in an instant.
Okay, so it's actually getting more complex. Because you would be able to do mistakes that you learn on them. Like the bad. Okay, so there are two mistakes. Okay, there's a scenario where you can make three choices. The one that's gonna be a win scenario, but you don't learn anything. The second would be a bad scenario that you learn something. And the third one that would be a bad scenario that you learn a lot. And based on that, in future, in the first scenario, yes, you gain something, but you did not learn, you did not gain later. And when you learn as much as possible, you will be much more rich in experience, right? So okay, I understand that. I think that's the way of his thinking. But like, I don't know if that's actually amazing. I mean, it's not bad. I think it's not bad. But I think it's yeah, unrealistic, I guess.
That sounds
My
completely
head is too small to
unrealistic.
understand that.
I prefer the term difficult, but Rapidium can help make it so much easier. Imagine a world where nobody ever takes the wrong turn. Children are never harmed. There are no court misrulings because there is no crime. Greedy and corrupt individuals never come to power, and because of that, wars never break out.
And those are good things.
Can you
Yes.
see now why your success meant so much to me? Do you not understand that giving Rapidium away for any other purpose would mean robbing humanity of its biggest evolutionary leap since we crawled out of the primordial soup? Do you still think there is a better purpose for your altars than to contribute to all that?
I mean, I think that's a good, but that's probably not all. And by saying not all, there are other consequences, not only the good ones. I'm not their owner. Yeah, I think that's the most.
I'm
the
not
best.
their owner. They're people in their own rights. I can't decide their fate for them.
That's very noble. But in a way, you've already done that when you created them. Look, all I'm asking is several weeks in a lab where I can run some tests on them, collect data, and prepare for the bigger leap.
And then what? You let them walk free?
You know I can't...
They say God created us also, right? And they give us free will. Is that same scenario here?
Can't do that. It would be too risky for both of us and for them. But I could guarantee them a comfortable life. They would be hidden from the eyes of the world.
Imprisoned.
The only alternative for them is to be disposed of by the corporation.
I don't. Yeah, I mean
Like
that's
waste.
that's worse. But we can go to
I
you
think you need to
and then
take a
rebel.
breath. There's a lot to think about. How to smuggle your alters aboard that ship, for one. But first, you have to guide their navigator to your exact position. They'll need you to mark the spot with a beacon.
We need to find the
Start with
technician.
that, and then
There.
I trust you'll figure out what to do next.
Yeah. Sure. By the way, I wasn't an accidental survivor.
What do you mean?
The quantum computer chose me. Seems I was the one who had the biggest chance of making it.
Well, doesn't that just prove my point? We are capable of so much more than we think, Jan. All we need to do is open the door and let that potential in. You'll hear from me again before the ship lands. Good luck, Jan.
Good luck, yeah.